Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am super happy to have you. Wow. Bloopers. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am super happy to have you here. In today's video, we're going to be doing the second half of the year empties, so let's get into it. So if you're not familiar, I did record one from January to June, so the first 6 months of the year, and now we're going to be doing it for the last 6 months of the year. I anticipate to finish anything else, so that is why I'm pre-filming this. If you are curious on the first half of this, I will definitely link it in the description box, but without further ado, let's get into these, starting with empty number 1. July 1st, I emptied another container of my Ready wipes. These are my antibacterial hand wipes in a fresh scent. They're alcohol free and it kills 99.9% of germs, as you can tell by the written word of 9 here. This is my 9th container, so this is definitely have been repurchased. These are definitely things that I always keep either under my table, on my table, near my table, anywhere where I do makeup or need to constantly clean my hands and products and space. I always have something like this on hand, so I absolutely love these. I like to kind of prolong the use of these so that I take out a wipe and when it dries out, then I just kind of rehydrate it with alcohol spray, or lately I've been using my makeup brush cleaner, which has got alcohol in it, so figured it's the same thing. I can get a use of cleaning off of it. So I do make these kind of stretch out a little bit longer than they're supposed to, but yeah, I absolutely love these. These are always going to be repurchased for me. Empty number 2 will go to my Thayer's facial toner in the Witch Hazel scent. This is also their aloe vera formula. It's rose petal and it's alcohol free. I've had this for several years now. Finally gotten around to finishing it because I really bought into the hype of this. I really bought into a lot of people saying, you need this, you need a toner. And while it may be true, just for me personally, I don't think I really need it. I don't think I really care to have one. So having this underneath my sink was a constant reminder of I need to use that up. So I made the conscious decision this year to say, let's go through with it. It's a toner. I don't really care for it. It says it's supposed to give you healthy looking skin, add moisture while protecting your skin from airborne impurities, and an alternative to drying astringents. Oh, yeah, I mean, it's a toner. I don't really care for toners. I don't really personally feel like I need them. I don't think they do anything for my skin particularly. I've really simplified my skincare routine and I think that works, and so if it ain't broke, don't fix it type thing. And I don't think I mentioned, but I did finish this in July 12th. Empty number 3 will go to my Essence Hello, I believe it's called Hello Good Stuff. It's something puffy, eye puff, something serum, depuff eye serum. I kind of cut the top and then all the extra little like dried up formula kind of stuck in there, so it's kind of hard to read. This one I received free last year during Thanksgiving in a little giveaway, and I don't really care for eye serums. I don't really use eye creams or anything for my eyes. I kind of wash them and put moisturizer and cleanse them and all of that, but I don't really go into too much extra steps with it. It does say it has caffeine and vegan collagen and hyaluron. I finished this July 12th. Don't think I mentioned that, but yeah, I mean, it's okay. I didn't really care for it. I found that it didn't really do anything for me. I kind of think that it did depuff just a little bit, but not like a significant amount. I don't really think that I found a difference of using this and not using this in days that I skipped over. And then when it did dry completely out, it was kind of sticky around the eyeballs. So I was just like, I'm just glad to have this out. Empty in number 4 is this e.l.f. Oh my gosh, what is it? It's I think it's supposed to be a lip color remover, I believe, if I remember correctly. The name is somewhere in there. I just cut it up or it's gone, but I finished this July 15th. It was a very like clear jelly like formula. It did take off my lip color. I don't really find that you need a whole extra step to particularly take off any liquid lipsticks or lip balms or any lip colors on the lips. I feel like you can definitely use baby oil or a balm cleanser or any type of other makeup remover type product to do the same. So this one, honestly, just glad to have out and finished because this was an extra step that I forgot quite a bit. Empty number 5 is going to be the e.l.f. Hydrating Gel Milk Cleanser. This is their old formula. This is the very first cleanser, part of their like skincare line when they were just starting out years ago. I finished this just the cusp of the end of July, July 27th. And this one this is my third container of this old formula. And I have repurchased their new formula. Honestly, if I had to compare, because I'm very familiar with the old one, and then since I've been using the new one over the past couple months, I definitely prefer the old one. I think that the new one is a lot less concentrated in terms of the effectiveness of taking off my makeup. The smell of it is very, very exact to their hydrating water essence that I use. Do I have any problem taking off my waterproof mascara, any difficult eyeshadows, any difficult lipsticks? No, they both do the same. This one does the same. I think I'm just so used to this one that I just much prefer it, but I love this stuff. I repurchased it, so I can't really complain too much. And yeah, this one is always going to be, for as long as they make it, a repurchase for me, because I do have sensitive skin. I do suffer from eczema sometimes on my face. So a bulb cleanser is the most gentle and effective way to take off my makeup. So love this stuff. It's a holy grail at this point. Number 6 is going to go to my Flirt Flowerific perfume. This is my first empty of August, and I finished this August 5th. This is a perfume that I wrote in my Instagram blog post, if you will, that I've had this since probably middle school, high school, very young. I wanted to feel like a grown-up, so I've had this for over 15 years and just now getting around to it. I didn't know back then that I had a condition. I suffered from eczema, so fragrances, perfumes, a lot of body sprays, etc. Will irritate my skin. I use this as a room spray, so like sometimes if I smelled a little bit of mustiness, or the air just kind of felt flat, or I just needed some little sprucing, I sprayed it like once or twice, because this is a very strong smell. If I remember correctly, yeah, this is a very strong, it's not sweet, it's not florally, but it's like it's strong. It doesn't smell alcohol at all. And I'm pretty sure I wrote the fragrance notes in my post as well. But yeah, I'm just honestly so glad to have this out. Empty number 7 goes to my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. Now, I finished this one August 6th. This wasn't my oldest. Actually, no, yeah, it wasn't my oldest foundation. At the time, I just didn't really like this. It smelled like paint. This one was a very matte, like completely flat matte looking on my skin. And I have dry skin. I like a little bit of glow to my skin. I don't like to look completely just bland, pan blanca. In Spanish it means white bread, so it's a phrase. If you know, you know. But I didn't want to look like that, and this one was too light, so there wasn't really, like, at the time, a way that I could darken this. I guess maybe I could have if I researched or tried hard enough, but I didn't care to, so I'm just glad to get this out of my collection. I will not repurchase this one at all. Empty number 8 will go to 2 concealers, because I combined them together, finished them at the same time, and I finished both of these on August 11th. The first one is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. The second one is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Concealer. I had the e.l.f. one in medium sand, which was a little too light, and then the Light Illusion, it was in light medium. It's really hard to read the bottom, and this one was a bit too dark, but if we're talking formula-wise, I did like both. I know that people have said that the original, which is this one, the Camo Concealer, is a bit drying underneath the eyes. I personally never really felt that. I did a test to the 16-Hour Claim, unintentionally, a little mini day trip that day, and I knew that we were going to be out pretty late. I don't think we came home until like 1 or 2 in the morning, and I applied this like pretty early, probably around like 7 or 8, maybe 9 o'clock in the morning, so it was well over 16 hours, and this stayed put. It stayed beautiful. It didn't like transfer. It didn't like, it covered from morning to night, didn't budge, and that is why I love this one so much. An Illusion one, on the other hand, I'm sorry, this one I think is full coverage, and this one also is full coverage. This one I really like. I never really had any problems with this one moving, budging, caking up, looking terrible, drying out. It stayed put. Beautiful finish, beautiful coverage, definitely lasted hours on end. I just think that I would repurchase this. It's just that it is a little bit high priced for a concealer. I don't really need an expensive concealer to do a coverage or to last, I can find that in other inexpensive or affordable options. So number 9 is going to go to 2 more products in the same day, which was August 16th. This is the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation, and I had this shade called Sand. And then this one was a recent gift, I believe, earlier this year. This is from Beauty Icon. It's a highlighter stick in the shade called Golden. I will first talk about this one. This used to be a holy grail, all-time favorite foundation. But since I've accumulated a big collection of foundations, I have definitely found better and ones that I like more. This one is more of a medium coverage. It does kind of it does kind of feel a little bit heavy on the skin, which I'm not really into anymore. I like some coverage on my skin, lightweight. I like to have my face feel like it just breathes better. And the shade on this one was way too dark, so that is why I did mix it with the Wet n Wild foundation. The highlighter stick, this one was too troublesome to try in the eyes. It was too dark for a highlighter, so I ended up trying to use this to darken some of my light foundations, hence the Wet n Wild, and I also mixed it with this one. And yeah, I mean, it didn't really do anything, didn't really do much. It wasn't all that great. I didn't really care for it. I'm happy it was a gift. I'm happy to try something different. But yeah, this one just didn't really impress me. And empty number 10 goes to my NYX Honey Do Me Up Primer. This was one that I was so happy to finish. Finished this on August 19th. This was my second bottle, I believe, second or third. I know that I've used one before, and then I repurchased quite a bit because this was my all-time favorite primer at the moment, like years ago. But nowadays, I definitely find a way better primer. At the time of accumulating several, this used to be my favorite. I definitely think that it is very comparable to a lot of the like sticky, grippy primers on the market nowadays, because this is, it says honey and it's supposed to be like, you know, sticky, grippy, and so I think back then this was probably the like OG milk grip primer or the dupe of it from e.l.f. This was the OG one, and I do find that it does have a little bit of gripping, not extremely tagginess. Definitely holds to any foundation you put on it. Doesn't budge, doesn't move, doesn't come off. It is beautiful. The stickiness obviously doesn't last too long, but it's enough to adhere and last all day. Empty 11, it goes to my Revlon Volumizing Waterproof Mascara. I finished this August 28th. This one was an old mascara in my collection that I have putting off because at the time of using this, I didn't really care for it. I didn't feel like it did anything, but that was because I used a completely different eyelash curler than the one I'm using now, and eyelash curlers definitely make the difference. But this one was really good. I ended up liking this. Would I repurchase it? Probably not. It's not something that was like, wow, amazing, gotta have it, gotta love it. It drastically changed my lashes, where I really, really loved it to want to go out and seek a backup or another one. It was a mascara. It did what it did. It was waterproof. It held up my lashes. It gave me volume, gave me length, gave me the black color. But that was it. I don't really care about anything else. Empty number 12 goes to my Bath & Beauty Makeup Brush Cleaner. Since it's a rinse-free formula, quick drying, I finished this August 30th. This one I don't like as a makeup brush cleaner. I don't really typically like the spray brush cleaners unless you're like a professional makeup artist. I also think that this is too aggressive. It doesn't smell highly of alcohol, which is good, but I think that if I'm spraying this on a napkin and I'm swirling my brushes, I'm going to break my bristles or my brush hairs. I'm like too aggressive with it. I don't like that. I mainly use this as like a tabletop cleaner, or I sprayed it on a little cloth or a napkin and I wiped my products to clean them, to sanitize them. Basically all what I did with this. Empty number 13, I believe, I will correct myself on the screen, I'm losing count, is my, well, actually I finished this September 29th, my only September empty, and it's the mini sample size, something like that, of the Urban Decay Primer Potion. This one was pretty good. I did think that this didn't work with all of my eyeshadow formulas, and so that was a bummer, but it was good. It's a, like, not really like a high coverage. It covers like your veins and any discoloration on your eyelids. It has like a little bit of a nude tint to it, but it doesn't obviously, like I said, cover. It's a very like, it's not like a very creamy like concealer like. It's a very, it's a little bit more thicker than that, but it did do what it's supposed to do. You know, be an eyeshadow base and lay down that first foundation and then go with color and anything. I don't think that it made any difference to give any more pigment or more vibrant to other shadows. It was an eyeshadow primer. It was fine. Next empty is another one I'm also pretty glad to have out. It is my Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hyaluronic Acid Hydrating Gel Cleanser. This one was mostly used as a morning time cleanser or a nighttime cleanser when I wasn't wearing any makeup, or a second step cleanser in my routine. I finished this October 21st, so pretty late in October, but happy. This one was good. I liked it. I definitely think that it foamed up nicely. It cleaned nicely. Don't think that it took off my makeup very well as like the first step cleanser. But you know, it was a cleanser. It cleaned my face. Felt like it didn't irritate it. It was pretty gentle. Wasn't really hydrating too much, but it was good. I liked it. Next empties are two products I finished, I think on the same day or around the same day. This one was October 28th. Oh yeah, October 28th on both. This is my oldest and long time coming lip liner. This one was featured so many times in my deck of panning update. To finish this, it was a like mauve with a little bit of a brown undertone on me. It was okay. I'm just glad to have this. I use this under any dark lipstick. I use this sometimes on its own. I use this just any way possible to get rid of it. And my other one is my brow pencil from LA Colors. This is my favorite brow pencil ever. This took me probably about 2 years of spread out use, but if you add it together, it was about 2 years. Perfect color. It was a medium brown. It definitely stayed. It wasn't any brow gel or anything. It just kind of filled in my brows and gave some color and definition, and a little bit of shape to them. Absolutely love. I have repurchased this one already, so I'm good to go on that. But next empty goes to my e.l.f. Hydrating Water Essence. This one I think is my second bottle, my last bottle, and I'm finished with everything from the essence category, or at least like all of these e.l.f. essences. I think I finished one last in part one, pretty sure. But anyways, yeah, this one is good. I like this one. It's a very like water feeling formula. It's a lightweight water-based lotion that hydrates for healthy, glowing looking skin. Definitely don't think that it is a lotion. It's more of like water, which speaks to the water essence part of it. It did have some hydrating properties to it. My skin definitely looked glowy, of course, just splashing it on my face, but afterwards not really any difference. But I really like this. Empty is another bottle of this Bath and Beauty Makeup Brush Cleaner. Won't go too much into it, but this was my second bottle of it, and then like I mentioned in the other talking portion of this one, I'm on my third bottle, final bottle out the door, and I'm so glad I will not repurchase these. I know my lesson, so if you want to hear that spiel, just rewind back a couple of empties ago and you'll know my thoughts. And my last empty for this video and for the year is going to my Makeup Revolution Bright Light Highlighter. This one I depotted or decanted, whatever you want to say, into this little container. Yes, I'm considering empty even though I still have some, and that is because I tried reviving this at the time of pulling it out first from my stash so that I could use it and actually finish it. No matter what I did, no matter what I tried, it was not budging. It was not going to rehydrate. It wasn't going to work. So I put it in my drawer and I was like, eventually I'll get to it. Well, eventually never happened. We're here. So I said, I'm just going to give up. I'm just going to call it an empty. I pretty much use this, I'd say for the most part, about half, maybe a little bit more than half of it. And I don't really like it. I don't care for it. It was difficult. Of course, brand new, it definitely applied and blended and looked so beautiful and like natural. But as time went on and you let this sit in the drawer, or you kind of forget about it, or you don't apply highlighter for a long time, this gets difficult. It gets very splotchy and it skips over when you apply it on your face, and it's just so difficult, so hard, and I'm not going to deal with that. So I said, why deal with a difficult product if I can just consider it an empty? So technically we're calling it an empty, and it was today, December 7th. That is all of my empties for the second half of the year. Let me know if you keep track of your empties. How many did you finish? What was the value of yours? Just let me know in the comments down below. But I'd love to hear from you, and as always, have an awesome rest of your day and or week, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye, guys.